Imagine you have been complaining for years how stuck in life, when in reality, in order to change, all it takes is 3 days and 72 hours. Sounds crazy true, but here's the truth. You've been lied to. You've been told that in order to fix your life, you need months of hard work, self-development. It's all nonsense. You don't need more information. You need action right now. And what's crazy is when I stopped complicating everything and made real changes in just 3 days, it was like waking up from a coma. The life you want is not unattainable, it's just waiting when you get serious about it. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop being your own excuse? Most people spend their entire moment to change, but what if this moment right now, if you decide to implement the 6 habits? Habit number 0, set daily priorities and stick to them. Most people live their days like headless chickens. They are busy, but not productive. You wake up, check your phone, reply to messages, and then the rest of the day passes. At the end of the day, you feel exhausted, most likely nothing to fault you in life. You do not set clear priorities. I used to start my morning by checking email, and it created the illusion of productivity. But looking back, I realized that I was not getting any closer to my goals. It was like marking time. Everything changed when I began to highlight 3 key priorities for the day, tasks that must be completed in any case. The first week was hard. I constantly got distracted and returned to old habits. But as soon as I began cutting out unnecessary noise and focusing on these priorities only, I noticed something amazing. I had more time. I became more productive. In less time, it was like a weight off my shoulders. How to apply this? Every morning or the night before, decide what are the 3 most important tasks you need to do. These are not optional tasks. If there is time, these are the tasks that will make your day successful. If you do them, everything else is just noise. Start your day with the most important task. Don't check your phone, don't answer emails or check social media until you complete this task. The pleasure of completing it will give you momentum for the rest of the day. The reason most people fail is because they confuse movement with progress. Being busy creates the feeling that something is being done, but this is a trap. When you prioritize your days, you let external distractions run your life and begin to control it yourself. This habit forces you to weed out the unnecessary, stop making excuses, and take responsibility for your time. If you learn to manage your day, you can manage your life. The question is whether you are ready to stop living on autopilot and start consciously choosing directions. When you set clear priorities and stick to them, something incredible happens. You begin to feel control that most people don't have. You stop feeling overwhelmed by 1,000 small tasks pulling you in different directions, and instead you begin to manage your time. That's when real progress begins. Every decision you make during the day either brings you closer to your goals or moves you away from them. When you set priorities, you teach yourself to focus on the really important tasks. It's like putting on blinders, which help to cut out everything that is not related to your main goals. As soon as you begin to notice results, let them be small but significant achievements, it turns into a habit, and you realize how much time you used to spend on secondary things. Habit number 2, get rid of the excess you're Physical environment is a reflection of your mental state if your space. Many people underestimate the impact of clutter on productivity, mood, and even mental clarity. Getting rid of the excess is not just organizing things, it is creating a space that promotes calm, concentration, and creativity. In other words, when you clear your space, you clear your mind. I used to think that the clutter in my workplace did not bother me. I told myself it was just organized chaos. I know where everything is, but deep down I felt that this clutter was still pressing. There was a constant feeling of stress in the background. Everything changed when I forced tidy up your desk, closet, even digital files. Suddenly I felt like I could breathe easier. My mind became clearer. I felt like I was more focused and less distracted. Clutter is a kind of visual noise. It constantly demands your attention, even if you don't realize it. Native environment leads to fatigue from decision-making, stress, and a feeling of overwhelm. Stacks of old papers on your desk, piles of clothes on the floor, or a refrigerator full of expired food. Every piece of clutter forces your brain to process extra information. That's what's controversial. People hold on to clutter because it is their crutch. We tell ourselves that we might need that old shirt, those unwanted gadgets, or a stack of 3-year-old magazines. But the truth is, clutter is often associated with emotional baggage. We hold on to things out of fear that they might be needed one day, or fear. Let go of the past, but by decluttering, you're not just putting away things, you're declaring what no longer serves you. You're clearing your space, both physical and mental, for what's to come next. How to apply this? Start with You don't have to clean your entire house in one day. Start with the place where you spend the most time. For example, your desk or bedroom. Spend 15 minus 30 minutes getting rid of anything that doesn't add value to your life. Ask yourself 2 questions. Do I use this regularly, and does it bring me joy? If not, it's time to let go of it. Don't just stuff it all in drawers or out of sight. Really get rid of the excess. Sacrifice, recycled, throw away what you no longer need. When you finish cleaning your physical space, move on to your digital space. Chances are your desktop, inbox, and phone are also littered with digital junk, unnecessary files, apps that you don't use, and emails that you never read. And the same approach: clear out everything that you don't need and organize what is left so that it is convenient. When you clear your space, you send yourself a powerful signal. You control your environment and therefore your life. It's not just about a clean room, it's about creating a space that aligns with your goals, values, and the person you want to become. It's about removing both physical and interfering with living fully in the present. Clutter is not just things, it is often related to our attachments to the past or fears of the future. Cleansing is about letting go of what no longer serves you and making room for what is really important. It's a habit that may seem small but can have a huge impact on how you feel and how you act. Each them, the clearer your mind, and with a clear mind, it will be easier for you to focus, create, and moving forward with mindfulness and intention. Habit number 3, keep a journal in the morning. There is something magical about writing down your thoughts in the morning. It is like giving your brain a chance to free itself up, to sort out all the things that usually remain in the shadows. Morning Writing is not about perfect grammar or poetic writing. It is simply a way to unload all that is spinning around in your head. It can be as simple as asking yourself, what am I thinking, or what is bothering me? The truth is that most people never take the time to think about their thoughts. They wake up and immediately dive into the chaos of the day, answering emails, checking social media, or responding to other people's demands, and it leaves them disconnected from themselves. Keeping a journal allows you to start the day on your terms with clarity, intention, and focus. My personal experience: for a long time I didn't see the point in keeping a journal. I thought it was something for those who tend to overthink, or deep people, and I just don't have time for it. But at some point I realized that I was always just reacting to problems, stress, and other people's opinions. I had no control over my thoughts or emotions. One morning, I decided to try keeping a journal and started writing down everything that came to mind. At first it seemed meaningless, but after a few minutes, I noticed a strange phenomenon: thoughts that were confused. The mental veil that usually clouded the morning disappeared. Keeping a journal in the morning helps you to connect with yourself before the noise of the day overwhelms you. It's like a one-on-one conversation with your mind. It forces you to slow down, assess your feelings, and clarify what is really important. Keeping a journal also helps you notice negative patterns of thinking. When you write down your thoughts, you see them. These are irrational or exaggerated fears that don't mean much weight. It will give you perspective instead of letting your emotions control you all day. You can deal with them from the morning in a controlled environment. Another benefit of journaling is it helps you set the tone for the day. You can use it to set goals, affirmations, or to express gratitude and direction before you even dive into the world. How to use it here: the best part is there is no right or wrong way to journal. It can be lists, sentences, random thoughts, or even drawings. Anything that helps you get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. In some days you may have a lot to say, other days just stay few lines. Both are fine. Start by devoting 5-10 minutes each morning. Grab a notepad or use a notes app on your phone and just start writing. You can ask yourself questions: what am I feeling today? What is bothering me? What are my main goals for today? What am I grateful for right now? It's important to just get the thoughts flowing. Don't think about it too much. Just write. Over time you'll notice patterns in your thinking and begin to understand yourself better. It's like looking in a mirror at your mind. It forces you to come face to face with your thoughts, emotions, and even excuses. It's honestly uncomfortable sometimes, but that's where growth happens. Most people avoid self-reflection because they're afraid of what they might find. They'd rather distract themselves with busyness, social media, or other people's problems than face their own. But the truth is you can't change your life until you come face with yourself. Journaling every morning is a powerful way to do this. It's a chance to clear your mind better, get to know yourself, and start each day with intention. It's not about writing perfect entries or making your life more exciting than it is. It's about being brutally honest with yourself, and from that honesty you can create real change. If you want to control your emotions, if you want to stop reacting to life and start living it. Start keeping a journal. The most important conversation you will ever have is with yourself. Habit 4. Exercise. Daily, we all know that exercise is good for us, but let's be honest. Most people don't exercise regularly. Why? Because they perceive it as something what to do, but it's best to avoid. But daily exercise is not only about building muscle or losing weight, it is also important for training your mind as well as your body. The benefits of daily exercise go far beyond physical health. It improves concentration, elevates mood, and develops discipline. Is the foundation of a strong mind and body. My personal experience: there was a period in my life when I only exercised occasionally when I wanted to. I would tell myself that I was too busy for daily exercise, but the truth was that I lacked discipline. My energy level was unstable. I felt lethargic, and my mood would change depending on how tired or depressed I was. I didn't see how daily movement could become a key habit that impacted every other area of my life. One day I decided to change this. I started small, simply committed to doing 10-15 minutes every day. It didn't have to be anything intense, just something that got my body moving. At first, it was hard to stay consistent, but I kept at it. After a couple of weeks, I noticed the changes. Not only physical, I felt more energetic, focused, and more in control of my mood. Daily movement became a mandatory part of my routine, and over time it got easier. Now it's one of the first things I do every morning. It sets the tone for the whole day. Why it's important. Daily exercise not only improves your physical health, but also transforms your mentality. It's a way to develop willpower and mental toughness. Every time you force yourself, move yourself, even when you don't feel like it, you exercise. Workouts release endorphins, chemicals that cause a feeling of joy that naturally improves mood, reduces stress, and improves mental clarity. How to use it. The main thing is to start small and be consistent. It can be a brisk walk, bodyweight exercise. Find something that gets your heart beating faster and your body moving. Start with 10-15 minutes every day. Don't worry about how intense your workout will be or how perfect it is. Focus on creating a habit over time. As movement becomes a part of your life, you can increase the duration and intensity of your workouts. The main thing is to show yourself every day, even if you don't feel like it. Find what works for you. Some people like to work out in the gym. Others prefer to work out at home, running, yoga, or other types of physical as activity. The type of exercise is not as important. The fact of moving every day. Just start moving and don't complicate it. The deep message is the discipline you develop through daily exercise spills over into every other aspect of your life. When you make your body move every day you exercise, work, relationships, and goals. It's about developing a mindset that values effort, persistence, and consistency. Your body is the only place you are meant to live. It's your instrument for living, and if you don't take care of it, you complicate. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good, thinking clearly, and being the best version of yourself. Time, your health has paid dividends in every area of your life. Here's the truth. If you can't set aside 10-15 minutes a day to move your body, you deceive yourself about what is important to you. You'll never find the time. You must make it, because once Your health starts to deteriorate, everything else will stop, meaning you won't care about your career goals or even relationships if your body starts falling apart. Habit P limit. Social media used to 15 minutes a day. Social media is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they connect us to the world, inform us, and provide endless entertainment. On the other hand, they become a black hole for our productivity, self-esteem, and concentration. Let's be honest, most people spend hours mindlessly scrolling through TikTok or FaceKitty, doing nothing for their well-being. Why you should limit your use of social media if you are serious about changing your life. This is a habit that will give you back the most valuable thing you have, your time. Imagine how much you could achieve if you weren't glued to your phone for hours each day. Limiting your time on social media to 15 minutes a day forces you to use it consciously rather than letting it control you. It's about breaking free from the constant need for validation and the endless cycle of comparison that social media creates. Here's the brutal truth. Social media is one of the biggest thieves of your mental health. Whether it's the endless best moments of other people's lives or the echo chamber of negativity, it slowly erodes your confidence, focus, and ability to be in the present moment. Limiting your time on social media is reclaiming your mental space and energy for the things that really matter: your goals, relationships, and personal growth. My personal experience: I was once completely addicted to social media. I would check my phone as soon as I woke up, scrolling feeds as if it were my morning ritual. It didn't seem something more until I started noticing how much then I compared myself to the people I followed, feeling that I was not successful enough or not living as brightly as they were. The flow of news and other people's opinions also fueled my stress, keeping me in a state of mild anxiety, although I didn't even realize it. One day, I decided to set a strict limit on my use of social networks: 15 minutes a day. At first, it was difficult. I catch yourself, Tom, every time when I'm bored or have a free minute. But after a few weeks, something amazing happened. My concentration improved, my mood stabilized. I stopped worrying about what people were doing on the internet and began to focus more on what I wanted to achieve myself. It was like I was living in a mental fog that suddenly dissipated. Why does this work? Platforms, social networks, our domino system. Brain, every like, a comment, or notification triggers a small dose of dopamine that keeps us coming back for more. It is addictive, and the more time you spend on these platforms, the harder it becomes to switch off. How to apply: set clear boundaries, use a timer or a special app to limit your time on social media to 15 minutes a day. You may feel that is too little, but it is a game changer. You will be forced to use your time wisely, whether it is connecting with friends, checking important news, or watching a couple of funny videos. Anything beyond those 15 minutes is just mindless consumption. Another powerful tip: create social media free zones during the day. For example, don't check your phone in the morning when you first wake up or before bed. Instead, use this time to focus on yourself, read, keep a journal, meditate, or plan your day. You will be surprised how more productive and calmer your day will be when it doesn't start and end with a scroll. Deep message: if left unchecked, social media can take over your life. They create a false sense of connection while taking away genuine human interactions. They distract you from your focusing more on what everyone else is doing but in the World Cup. The truth is no one else's life matters more than your own when you limit your time on social media. You take control of your attention. You are no longer dependent on algorithms that want you to be dependent. You become conscious of your time, energy, and attention. Your most valuable assets are used to spending. Outside, we live in a world where we are more connected to our screens than to nature. The irony is that as humans we are biologically programmed to thrive in the natural environment. But most people spend their days cooped up staring at their phones, computers, or televisions, and rarely going outdoors, spending just 30 minutes outdoors every day is one of the simplest but most transformative habits you can incorporate into your life. It reconnects you with nature, clears your mind, and strengthens your mental and physical health. Why it's important to spend time outdoors. There's a reason why walking in the park, sitting by a lake, or just being in the sun feels so refreshing. It's because our bodies need nature. Time spent outside allows you to breathe fresh air, absorb natural light, and connect with the earth. Research shows that even short periods of time spent in fresh air can reduce stress, improve mood, increase creativity, and overall health. It's like a reboot for your brain. That's what's amazing. Staying indoors all day makes you more anxious, tired, and mentally drained. How often do you really go outdoors and just be? Most people don't do this, and that's why they feel sluggish and unmotivated. They are disconnected from the natural environment that could recharge their energy and clear their mind. Spending just 30 minutes in the fresh air is an antidote to this modern disconnection. My personal experience: for many years I didn't see the point in going outside unless it was related to something productive, like getting things done, meeting people, or exercising. I spent hours indoors working and then relaxing, watching TV or scrolling. There is time to just go outside without a specific goal. But as I got older and became more aware of my mental state, I realized something was missing. I felt disconnected all the time, anxious and easily stressed. One day, I decided to make a small change. Minimum 30 minutes outside regardless of the circumstances. At first it seemed strange what to do, walk, sit on a bench, but after a few days something changed. Simply being outside, breathing fresh air, and just being in nature calmed my mind. Stress levels dropped. I began to feel more grounded and present in the moment. Those 30 minutes outside became my sanctuary to clear my thoughts, recharge energy, and get back to my business with more clarity and focus. Why does it work? Nature has a huge impact on our mind and body. Being outside reduces stress hormone cortisol levels and increases serotonin levels, happiness hormone. Natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythms, improving sleep and energy levels. Fresh air oxygenates your brain, improving cognitive function and concentration. Moreover, the simple act of walking or being in an open space allows your mind to wander, which promotes higher creativity and problem solving. But it's not just the physical effects. Nature reminds us of something deeper. It reminds us that we are part of something bigger. Trees, sky, the earth beneath our feet have existed and will exist long after we are gone. This perspective helps us put our everyday problems into context, making them seem less significant in the grand scheme of things. How to apply this? You don't have to go to the mountains or a park to experience the benefits of being outside. Start small. Get out of your home or office for at least 10 minutes. Take a walk. Sit on a bench or just stand on the balcony and breathe in the fresh air. Connect to nature, even if it's small doses. Over time, you will look forward to these moments and they will become an integral part of your routine. Make it a mandatory part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or having lunch. Find a time that suits you best, whether it's morning, lunch break, or evening, and stick to it. Leave your phone at home, or at least put it on the internet and not on email or social media. Life doesn't change, it changes by chance, by choice. These little habits may seem insignificant, but they are like seeds. Plant them in your daily life and they will grow into something powerful. You will realize that once you start to control your time, mind, and energy, the world will begin to change in your favor, not because of the right moment. Even if it is inconvenient, unusual, or hard, the truth is that most people stay in their comfort zone, aimlessly scrolling through social media, allowing clutter to fill their space and drown in distractions. But that is not you. You want more. You are ready to challenge yourself and unleash your best self. So start today. Get outside. Put your phone away. Prioritize and adopt these habits as if life depends on it, because in some sense it does depend on the life you want to be on the other side of these small but powerful changes. The question is, are you ready?